everyone, it's Teacher Lisa here from Learning with Lisa. On my channel, you will find tips and tricks to help you begin your journey teaching online, working remotely, or working from home. So today, for my video, I'm going to share how to improve your bookings with VIPKID. So if you have had low bookings, or if you have started your VIPKID journey and you're just not getting a solid schedule and they're kind of just trickling in, this video is for you. If you have not already, please hit the subscribe button so you will see all the videos that I have coming up with VIPKID and Outschool. If this video has helped you at all, please like it, leave a comment. If you have any tips of improving bookings on your teacher platform, please let us know. We would love to hear from you. Please email me at learningwithlisa20@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you. So to share a little bit about my journey, I have been with VIPKID for 3 years now. And if you did not learn this in any of my other videos, it took me a little bit of time to get booked. I started after the first of the year, and I probably didn't get a full schedule until around March. And so, it did take some time. So definitely be patient and know that it will come with time. A couple of things I want you to keep in mind is the timing of the year can make a huge difference. So for me, I was coming into Chinese New Year. So Chinese New Year is huge in China. And so a lot of families are going to take time off to celebrate the holiday with their families, just as we would here in America. So they take time off of VIPKID. So of course your bookings are going to change there. Also, if you are getting hired in the summer, your bookings are going to change because families are taking time off from school to travel, to go on vacations, just like we would as well. So please keep in mind that timing of when you get hired into VIPKID is a huge part of getting your bookings and having a full schedule. So don't panic if you happen to be getting hired in for Chinese, during Chinese New Year or during the summer. Just be patient and just know that with time and after that time has passed, that you will start to see more of your classes get booked. So along with timing of the year, I'm going to cover 9 tips that I want to share with you on ways that you can improve your bookings. And hopefully one of these 9 or half of them or all of them will help you out in some way. So tip number 1 is to just know that it's going to take time to get fully booked. I promise you, I was in the mindset of thinking, oh, I'll get hired in January and I will have a schedule just like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way. For some people, it does, and there's no rhyme or reason. I've shared this before. There's no rhyme or reason, but for some people it does. Where other people like me, it didn't. So just know that it's going to come. It's going to happen. It's okay, and just be patient. I would expect, 1 to 2 months of some time, maybe even 3, just depends on, the time of the year, and then you should have a full schedule. So tip number 2 is workshops, okay? I've mentioned this in previous videos about when you are in the waiting game, when you are trying to get a schedule booked and you're trying to improve your booking, or you are just getting classes here and there and you're just not getting a full schedule. So whatever your situation is, try to take advantage of that time and take some classes. They provide workshops on the platform for you to take, and I have made a video, so check that out on exactly how to get to the workshops on the teacher portal. But these are going to help you improve your teaching. Maybe there's something that you need to improve as a classroom teacher teaching online. So these workshops are to your advantage, so definitely take advantage of that. And also, not even just these workshops with VIPKID, but maybe research ESL strategies that are going to help benefit you as a classroom teacher. And maybe that's going to help you stand out from the other teachers as well. And then once you have acquired those strategies, practice them. practice them in front of a camera and at home so that you can improve, and then hopefully you can get booked and begin practicing those strategies with your students. Tip number 3 is trial classes. Don't shy away from trial classes. This is an opportunity for you to gain a new student. First off, this is an opportunity for you to get some extra money when they sign up with VIPKID. So with trial classes, if you don't already know, they are just kind of checking out VIPKID to see what it's all about, and they have chose you, so you are teaching them the trial class. And with this class, you are going to make it as fun as possible. You're going to incorporate your props and your TPR and your ESL strategies and anything that you have from your toolbox. You're going to throw that in there in that trial class, and hopefully you will get that parent to sign up. With VIPKID, you get a little special bonus, and then hopefully you gain a regular student just from teaching that trial class. So trial classes have huge advantages. Sometimes people don't like to teach them because they're just fresh coming into VIPKID. They've never, taken a class with VIPKID. But don't let that deter you from teaching those classes, because those are great opportunities for you. Tip number 4 for improving your bookings or just building a schedule is to market yourself correctly. So making sure that your profile is the best that you can possibly make it. I have another video on creating your profile with VIPKID, so be sure to check that out. So you're creating a profile that's going to help you stand out from other teachers. So families are, again, looking at a teacher list of teachers in a poll almost, and they are determining who's the best fit for my child. And so this is a great opportunity for you to have everything that's super important about you in your profile, starting from your picture all the way to your introductory video. Secondly, your picture is going to be the first thing that they see. So make sure that that is a professional picture. Now, you don't necessarily have to wear orange like I have on right now. There's been many, many lessons where I did not teach with orange. I would just teach with a really, really bright shirt. So I had like a bright, almost like a neon orange, so it wasn't a VIPKID color. I also had a bright pink. I had a bright purple. So just colors that really help you stand out. Doesn't necessarily have to be a VIPKID color. You can. I have a VIPKID shirt and this sweatshirt that I'll wear too, but I kind of change them up as I go. So just make sure that that picture is done, is a professional picture. Next, make sure that your bio is information about you, what is important that you want to share. And I have details of that in that same video that I mentioned. So be sure to kind of look for what exactly I need to include in my bio. I mean, it can start from just your name and your credential to your teaching background. You want to share all of those things because parents want to know, okay, are you a teacher, or, what is your background? So make sure that you are detailed in there, but not too much information to where they're reading on and on and on forever. So tip number 5 is creating positive feedback. So we all have to leave feedback as VIPKID teachers for every class, every student. And so making sure that you have good feedback, that you are leaving examples of what the student did in the lesson, as well as maybe a tip or two of something that they need to work on. Don't sit and list everything that they need to work on. In fact, when I go through each lesson each day, I have the student's name and I have a notebook, and I write down things that they did well on and things that they could improve on. And so I'll usually take 1 or 2 things that they can improve on, and that is it. Everything else is positive. It's what they did with me. We had fun. So just make sure that you are detailed in those feedbacks and that you take that time, because parents value, especially those that read it, value that feedback from you. And that is a great way that you are going to build regular, by really making sure that that feedback is very detailed and focuses on what the child can do and what the child needs to continue to work on. So here I have an example of a feedback that I have given one of my students, one of my regulars, and it just kind of goes into how the class went, what we did, what they can work on, and that I look forward to seeing them again soon, and that, I love learning with them. You can kind of just see the verbiage, but it's a great way to, get those regulars, to gain families, and to help them continue to book with you, to connect with your students. I know that this is something, well, of course, we should all do that, right? But maybe you are not taking that minute or two in the beginning of a lesson to connect with that student, especially if it's a new student. I know sometimes it can be hard to determine, okay, what is their proficiency level? How can I communicate with them? But as you're asking those questions, it's a great time for you to see, okay, they can really extend, and I can ask some more detailed questions. Or, yep, nope, it's going to be a simple, how are you, or what is your name, or how old are you? And you'll find that kind of tends to be more of the level 1s and some level 2s. It's not really until level 3 that you begin asking those more detailed questions. So some of those more personable, detailed questions could be, how was your day? Did you go to school today? What did you do after school? Did you go outside and play? Just asking them. Another thing is, if it's one of your regulars, or as a student maybe that you've had a couple times and you notice that, it's summer and that you haven't seen them, did you go on vacation? Where did you go? Or even more so, you could tell them that you went on vacation and maybe share a picture or something that you brought home from the beach or Disney World, wherever you went, you can share it with them. Just try to create that connection and try to make it more personal between you and the student. And I guarantee you, taking that extra time, you will definitely see that your schedule begins to build because of just making that time to make those connections. So another way to continue to build that connection is to just laugh and have a good time and make it fun. Use your microphone, sing along with them, wear a headband, and cheer them along. Woohoo! You could even throw some glasses on, yes, and throw a little clapper in there. And again, this is all praising them, but it's making that connection and it's just having a good time and just learning to kind of just teach in the moment. And especially if it's a student that really gravitates to that, go for it. Do it even more. Do it the whole lesson. Just make it super fun and engaging for them. So tip number 7 is to open peak time. So you will see on your schedule on the portal, as well as the VIPKID Teach app, you will see with your time zone when it's the hot times, it's the peak times. So try to open up all of your classes during those peak times, those peak hours. And as you build your schedule up and you get booked, then you can scale back if you need to. But try to do it every day, maybe even the weekends. Play around with your schedule and just open up as much as you can, because when you offer that availability, then parents are going to say, okay, I want to try this teacher out. And then that's a great way for you to gain a regular student, and then they keep coming back for you. And then also, this is an opportunity where parents can start to follow you. So I mentioned this in a previous video. They can start following you, and then they'll see your schedule and for future classes, and then they continue to book you as well. So tip number 8. So as you are opening up your peak times, those hot times, and you're doing that during the week, on the weekend, try to establish as best as possible a consistent schedule, so that when parents are checking out your profile page and they're seeing your schedule, they can say, okay, I want to book my child on Tuesday, every Tuesday, and this teacher is available. So when you have times all over the place, that makes it difficult for families to plan classes, especially with their kids in school all day, and then, trying to do classes at night or on the weekends. So make sure to kind of try to book as many classes as you can in the beginning, but also try to create a consistent schedule. And then again, once you get that schedule established, you get those bookings coming in, then you can scale back and kind of find a perfect schedule for you and for your students. So tip number 9, and the final tip on improving your bookings or just beginning to create a schedule, would be to watch your playbacks from when you're teaching. So if you have never taught at all and you're just waiting for those bookings to come in, then once you start teaching your first class, watch your playback. Or if you've only taught, a handful of classes, watch those playbacks and see how you are interacting with the student. Are you building the connections? Are you asking those questions? Are you using props? Are you using TPR? All of those things, you're not going to be perfect and you're not going to get it right away. It's going to take a long time. I mean, I've been doing this for 3 years now, and now I feel like I can teach in my sleep, teaching online. But it definitely does take time. Even if you have prior teaching experience, it's still going to take time teaching online. So watch those playbacks. They're there for you to take advantage of it, and it's a great opportunity for you to work on your teaching skills and kind of figure out, oh, I'm really good at that, but okay, I need to work on this. And it's a great opportunity to kind of incorporate that into your future classes as well. So another thing when watching your playback, check to make sure that you are energetic, that you are not that tired teacher like trying to yawn and you're practically falling asleep, like you're trying to keep your eyes like wide open, but you can't. Try to watch for that. Make sure that you are not overexhausting yourself, because that's what happens. We get burned out and we're just still trying to keep the momentum, and they just don't go hand in hand. So also, along with being, not being energetic, make sure that you're not drinking in your class. I always have like my coffee or my water on the side, and then I will take drinks in between classes, because I just feel like my attention needs to be on the student at all times, and I don't want any type of distraction to get in the way of that. So those are just little things to watch to make sure that you're not doing that. I've heard some people play with their hair, and they don't intentionally mean to do it, but it's just a natural thing. So watch for those things and see if are you doing any of those types of things, or you want to just focus on your teaching strategy. That's great too. But you definitely use the playback to kind of just figure out what works for you and to better your teaching. So as I've said this in the beginning of the video, it's going to take time. So be patient. I promise. Just try to use the time to do as much as you can. Get up on your certification, practice your teaching strategies, use workshops, research teaching strategies, whatever it is, but take that time to kind of get yourself truly ready. And then that way, when your bookings start coming in, you can just take off just like that. So I hope that these 9 tips have helped you. I hope that they can help you improve your bookings, or even just to begin building your schedule. If you have any questions at all, please email me at learningwithlisa20@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day, and as always, go learn something new. Bye!